Okay, so I think that generally people take this world and all that it has to offer way too seriously. I think a lot of people, for some demented reason, keep on simping for this world when this world should not deserve your attention for obvious reasons. And we're going to talk about those reasons. There are a lot of people who simp for this world, and I just don't understand why. Because if you have any sort of conscience or consciousness, or if you are a fan of the truth and being honest, you can automatically realize from simple observation that this world is, of course, a lie, a charade, a farce, a circus, a spectacle, and it should not be held in such high regards, right? And I'm not telling people to, check out, or resign themselves to being hermits. I'm just saying that we should not take this world seriously because if you uh, watch it closely, this world does not take us seriously. So why should we take it seriously when it treats us, like slaves, like a bunch of simps, right? Let's be honest, this world doesn't really have a lot to offer us, right? So I don't understand why so many people behave like lap dogs and doormats for this world, for this life, because in all honesty, right, it's just not worth the effort. Just being alive is exhausting. It's tiring. Living in this world is a drag. It's a chore, right? If you support and subscribe to critical thinking and common sense, this is undeniable, right? But the majority of people still struggle to compete, still go about the rat race. They're still marathoning, racing towards a prize, a reward, and when they finally get it, they're not fulfilled, they're not happy, and then they continue on for a bigger reward, and so on and so forth. It's an endless cycle, right? It is a sort of enslavement. All in all, a lot of people are simping for this world, and it's just grotesque. It is beneath our dignity as people. And if you have noticed, you just have to look outside your window to understand that our species uh, has fallen, and is beyond repair because of this simping mentality. Oh boy, I'm gonna get a greater job, and I'm gonna get a better salary. I'm gonna buy a bigger car, and I'm gonna get a bigger house. And oh boy, and it will never end. This will never end. Okay, this is an endless cycle, an endless rabbit hole, and you will never be whole. You will never be fulfilled. This world is this way by design to keep you engaged, right? That is why indifference and detachment are key to your happiness. Okay? The moment you stop competing, the moment you stop caring about, the little trinkets this world jingles in front of you, that is the moment where happiness becomes possible. right? Because you cannot find happiness in external materialistic things. No matter how hard you try, no matter how arduous you try to defend it, you will never find happiness in external things. I don't care how much you improve upon yourself. I don't care how much you focus on yourself. I don't care if you are your best, the best version of yourself. It will never happen because the only type of peace, serenity, and happiness to be had is found in yourself, in the inside, in the interior. And most of the normies, most of the normies that chase these thrills, these empty, hollow thrills, like, addicts, uh, I believe that they do not have any internal resources to rely on. They have nothing of theirs. They're hollow on the inside, so therefore they are dependent on, you know, whatever this world presents. All of these so-called, um, thrilling occupations, like going to school and getting another diploma and paperwork and bureaucracy and oh boy, the news and the political sphere and social and geopolitics and oh boy, the memes. And you see, these people are doomed because they're NPCs. They have joined, the riffraff, and they have been overcome and assimilated by the hive mindset. They cannot think for themselves. Actually, they refuse to think for themselves, and that is why uh, they are beyond any help. I mean, listen, you know, I'm trying to be sincere. Uh, I was already tired and exhausted and bored of this place, of this life, of this world in my early 20s, okay? And I'm not trying to be edgy here. This is true, basic facts. Okay, there is nothing in this world that can keep you engaged. It should not keep you engaged, bro. This world is boring. People are the most boring of all. We waste our time and energy here for nonsense. Okay, we chase nothing for an empty feeling. Okay, this world is constructed in such a way by design to uh, impede people not to think about the true nature of this reality. This reality isn't real. This reality shouldn't be this way. But most people think that it is a sort of heaven on earth. It's not. Okay? There's nothing but bullshit here. You can't trust anybody or anything. You can't rely on anybody or on anything. You gotta be independent. You have to be an individual when it comes to your critical thinking. Okay, you must be, a champion of common sense. Otherwise, you will become just another mindless drone, another workaholic, another normie who is preoccupied with, a purpose or a goal. That is the worst thing that you can possibly do in this life, is to be dead set on a goal, on a purpose. I'm on my purpose, bruh. Like, what purpose? You see, the purpose of all life is to die. Life is a preparation for death. Life is not meant to be some sort of joyride, bro. You only have to look at nature. And people say, well, you see, nature is so beautiful. Yeah, that's from a distance. You need to focus on nature and see all the horrific, grotesque shit that's happening in nature to understand that the purpose of all life is to die. And all life must die by violence. That is the creed of nature. Okay? Nature is not beautiful. It is only beautiful from a distance, where when you're wearing these rose-colored glasses. Okay? But you cannot talk to people on this subject because most people are simps. They're simping for life, even though they claim not to be simps. Just because they don't simp for females, they sure as shit simp for a job. They simp for a salary. They simp for attention. Even the men, okay, um, that is undeniable. They simp for a reputation, for status. They simp to be, you know, cherished and applauded, and so on, right? They simp for money, to get more money, to pay more taxes, to buy more useless stuff, etc., etc., etc. They live in a sort of trance, in a hypnosis of the highest order, right? Anyone with any sense throughout history have said that life is a joke, the world is a theater, a spectacle, and it should not be taken seriously. Unless you are an imbecile. You see, only imbeciles, in my view at least, take this life seriously. Stop simping for the world, stop simping for life. It has nothing to offer you. Alright, it will never make you whole. It will never make you feel like you belong. It will never make you feel like you um, have achieved anything. Okay? These are all placebos. These are all drugs, narcotics to put you to sleep so that you can believe the dream. Because the only way you can believe a dream if you are asleep. And being asleep means that you are incapable of thinking clearly. No matter what you do in life, no matter what you accomplish, no matter what your goals are, no matter what you attain here, it is all temporary, it is all momentary, and they will all lose their splendor. You see, all of these are here to alert you to the fact that this is all an illusion. You see, reality is not real, it's an illusion, and it functions solely on delusions. All right, it's trying to jingle stuff in front of your eyes so you get distracted, so you don't think for yourself. Right? Don't you want to be this? Don't you want to buy that? No, I don't. And the reason for this is because, you see, I was just like everybody else back in the day when I was younger. I used to be a normie, an NPC, a mindless drone. I wanted all the things. I did all the right things. I said all the right things. I followed protocol. Oh boy, you gotta improve upon yourself. You have to have a purpose. And even when I attained almost all the things that I wanted, I was just left barren, empty, hollow, because I finally realized that these things are nothing. Are nothing. This world is a prison. It is torture. It is anguish. There's nothing here. This world is boring. Boring. This world is boring. Life, people, boring. Boring. Okay? And I have to say, most people that still think that what this world has to offer is super duper great, I have to say that you have to be a half-wit or a moron or a juvenile mindset to actually, value all of these things. You have to be a moron, right? And people say, this is a negative mindset. It is nihilistic, cynical. It is maybe, but at least it is sincere, right? What are we gonna do here? What do we do here? Are we gonna talk about the weather again, right? Are we gonna share memes again? What is this, bro? It is a joke that cannot be taken seriously. What do we do here? What do we occupy ourselves with that we think is so significant, so important? It is a bad joke of the highest order, and I cannot take it seriously anymore. It is a joke. What we do here is a joke. You see, people gravitate toward this senseless stuff and all of this bullshit. It is because it offers comfort, from the darkness, from all of the bad stuff, right? Because what you are left with, if you refuse to be just another sheep, is that you have to face the abyss. You have to face a factual reality. You have to face the music, the truth, and admit and accept that all of this is worthless, meaningless, pointless, right? It is absolutely in vain, for naught. But most people, they cannot do that because they're so attached. They're so willing, right? They're so desperate to distract themselves from the obvious, which is that nothing really matters. Everything is useless. So why should you hang on so tight? Why should you cling on so desperately to a sinking ship that takes no prisoners? No one will be saved. We're all doomed, bro. Our species is done for. It's 1 foot in the grave already, and that's marvelous. That's great because we have pretty much fucked up everything on this planet. Almost. Right? So we deserve it. I have no attachments to this place because everything has been disappointing in the end. Sure, I was hyped, back in the day. I was hyped once in a while. I was giddy. I was game. I had that optimistic view. Oh boy, maybe this will help me out. Maybe this will, enliven me. But it was disappointing in the end because everything is disappointing. Everything here is disappointing, substandard, lackluster. Okay, and you have to be a child with a child's mind infantilized in order to believe this fiction, this fantasy, right? A simp, right? That is a simp. And people take all of this so seriously. What happens here? All of the events, all of the laws and rules and regulations, you know, for whatever reason. Why? I don't get it. It's all pointless, right? But you cannot talk to people because they're so automatic, so systematic. They're puppets on strings. They're mannequins. All right, so I don't engage in people who simp for this world, for this life, because they're, so simple-minded. But this is not meant to be an insult. This is not meant to offend anybody. It's just maybe somebody will wake the fuck up eventually by watching this video because that's how I woke up. I read books and I watched videos and things clicked and connected, and then I realized that I was uh, eating a placebo. Right? You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up from this dream. You cannot be a sleepwalker anymore. I know it feels nice. I know that it gives off the allure that you are happy, but you're not. You're just too distracted to notice how desolate you have become, right? So there's no need anymore to simp for this world, for this life, because it is average, it is standard, it is ordinary, banal, mediocre, monotone, and so on, right? You should be old enough and mature enough to acknowledge this by now. Okay, you're not a kid anymore. Your childhood is over. Now you're an adult and you have to think for yourself and realize that all of this is nothing and it will go away. It will go away. Okay, and we will go away. And once we're gone, it will be as if we never even existed to begin with. You see, we already know what's waiting for us at the finish line. So why are we so dead serious all the time about what goes on here? Right? Take it easy, relax. It's not worth it. I don't know how people have the energy, okay, it's to continue in this race for nothing. I don't have the energy, bro. It's tiring, it's exhausting. This life is a drag, it's a chore, it's a hassle, right? The best thing in life that you can do is to waste your life intentionally, right? Just sit in bed all day. That is the best thing that you can do in this life. Just waste it away, just sitting in bed and not doing anything. You see, that is what all enlightened people realized. You see, what do you think Buddha sat under a tree for like 49 days or whatever, right? Because they realized whatever you do here is pointless, okay? It is all pointless. And no religion, no philosophy, no politician, no government, nobody's going to save you, right? You have to save yourself by detaching yourself, by being indifferent, not caring about anything that this world has to offer is key to your happiness. That is how you become a true human being. Stop simping for this world. This world does not care for you, and this world does not take you seriously. So don't care for it and don't take it seriously. Okay? Thanks for watching.